studio. I'm Jessie, and this is the Knit Up and Dye podcast, episode 16, Intentions. 16 episodes. It's gone by really fast, and I'm really excited about that. So last week when I talked to y'all, I had big intentions. I was going to work on my sweater, my 4 Rectangles of Success sweater, that is a project really about getting rid of a curse. I have a sweater curse. I am incapable of measuring myself, and apparently I don't know anybody who can measure me, and I can't seem to find a pattern that fits me or is comfortable, or I just have not had any luck knitting sweaters. So I've devised a sweater of my own that should fit me, that I'm working on in such a way that I can try it on as I go and manipulate it and change path if necessary. So I started from the bottom up in pieces, the front and the back, and I knit it to a general length that I was happy with, and then mocked up, basted together the shoulders in a mirror to see if the length was what I wanted. And it was within range. So I then sat down and figured out the neckline. And I originally thought that I wanted to do a boat neck, but when I did the math and I started to shape it, more of a rounded neck came out of what I accomplished. And so I have completed the neck and shoulders of the front and the back of these panels. So my next step is to actually graft the shoulders together. I'm going to hedge and be a little bit more cautious. I'm going to kind of baste them together first and try it on and make sure before I go and do the graft. This is the back. It's all on the needle still. I did it as split short rows to do the shaping, and it's just a light slope in the neck and the back, just a slightly rounded back. And I'm very excited about it. I like the math, I like the way it came out. I took super good notes so that if this fits, if this works, I can do it again. I also put in lifelines so that if I mock this up and I put it on and I cannot stand the shape of the neck, I can drop back down to my lifeline, know exactly where I left off, and I can knit it again and do something different again. So that was the back. Let me grab the front to show you. The front is a little bit deeper rounded neckline, and I've got it on waste yarn, and there's ends everywhere and safety pins and clips everywhere. But this is the front, and it's a little bit deeper rounded. Not really deep. I don't like big deep fronts, but I'm liking the shape. and I feel good about this, and I'm happy with the length. So my big hurdle, I thought I was going to be up to sleeves for you this week, and best intentions. It didn't happen that way. But I got the neck done, and I got the shoulder shaping done, and I'm happy with it. So with a little luck, I'll get those shoulders grafted, and next week I'll be on to sleeves, and that'll be exciting because I'm not sure how deep I want my armholes yet. So I'm basically going to finish the shoulders, graft that together, try it on, and really play with the shoulder and how it moves the armhole and figure out where I want that to be. I'm going to pick up stitches along the raw side edges and start the sleeve, stopping to try it on again, mock it up, see if that's what I want, long before I get too far along so that I can rip back if necessary without putting a lot of work into it and aiming for happiness. Those are my intentions. Last week I also showed you I was working on the Curiosity scarf. I guess it's a scarf shawlette, and I have continued that work. I've actually made huge progress on this week. I think when I showed it to you last, I was maybe up to this dark section here. This pattern again is Curiosity. It's by Barbara Benson. It is a simple triangular shaped scarf. It begins very small. It expands out. As it expands out, it has these lovely texture panels that are stockinette against garter stitch, and it just keeps expanding out from the center in this lovely wedge. And now I'm all the way up to here. So we're finally getting to a point where this is almost a wearable garment. Wearable being I can wrap it around my neck and it'll stay there and it's comfortable. Boy, I have a lot around my neck right now. I am going to continue it. I'm going to make it longer. I didn't think that I was going to use the whole ball. I didn't think that I didn't think I was going to use the whole ball. I think I'm going to, just because I want a little bit more length, a little bit more drape here, and as it gets wider, of course, you consume more yarn with each row, and I think that if I put another wedge on, that may finish up this skein. As we're headed down, I probably have a third of it left. I probably could weigh it for you and let you know for sure, but my guess is I've got about a third left, so I'm going to just keep going with this and try and end someplace gracefully. But I've really enjoyed this project. It's an easy carry with you kind of project. I got a lot done this week just on my lunch breaks. I figured out that I could do 10 rows during my lunch break, and every 10 row section is another increase of 2 stitches overall. So it hasn't grown a lot width, which for some reason I expected it to be a lot wider at this point, but it has grown considerably in length. I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it. That having been said, last week I talked about having plenty of yarn and thinking that I would have enough yarn to knit 2 of these. I won't. That one skein is going to be one complete one of these. However, I said something about I could knit 2 of these, and why would I want 2 of them? Then I sat down and I was knitting and watching podcasts, and I was watching a couple of my dear friends, Kate and Carolyn at Chain 344. Girls, I love you. And Kate had been inspired by me doing this, and she sat down and was improvising one of her own, basically. And I had a total V8 moment. Why did I do it this way? Kate is doing hers where she is cabling here in the stockinette. It's gorgeous. I hated her so much for like 30 seconds. I love you, Kate. For like 30 seconds because it was ingenious. It's beautiful. It was a great insertion of a design element. It kicks up the design. I seriously looked at my knitting. I was knitting this as I was watching it. And I was just like, oh, why didn't that occur to me? That would be great. And I actually considered dropping down and inserting cables in this, which, yeah, I will be dropping down because that's insanity. That is utter insanity. Dropping down, and we're talking hundreds of rows to put them where they really need to be. No. So ultimately, thank you, Kate, I will end up knitting another one of these because I just adore the concept of inserting cables in that stockinette section like she's doing. Can't say enough about it. I think it was beautiful. I love this. I love this. I will adore this. The colors are exactly what I wanted to wear with my black jacket. So the next one will be in bright fun colors and it'll have cables in it. Yay! Don't you hate that when you think you're all happy with your project and all of a sudden you see one little twist, literally a twist in this case, cables, that just makes it pop and you're too far into to go there. I was just like, why didn't I think of this? So, Kate, you're brilliant. Thank you. I'm so excited. I'm going to finish this in a big hurry so I can start the next one. Maybe. I have a lot going on. I have great things to show you all. I have been talking about my gratitude knitting and how when I'm knitting, I like to think about a positive thing or something that I'm grateful for, or I choose a mantra word and I knit these things into my works. And it just adds this positive energy and makes the projects glow. It can be memories. Carolyn from Chain 344 had spoken of knitting memories of her sister and her into a project that she gifted to her sister, and what a difference it made, how beautiful it was, if only to the knitter, because we're tactile and we're putting these memories into these items, and when we look at them again, it all just washes over us. It's like a wave of emotion, and how exciting that was for her. And I love this process. I really love the intention knitting, the gratitude knitting, and I want to share it with you. I want y'all to give it a shot and try this gratitude intentional kind of knitting thing where you're putting positive stuff into your knitting. But not everybody is really comfortable with what they're grateful for or delving into themselves that way. Some of us do it already and we just are like, it's old hat, I do it all the time. So I'm giving it a little bit of a twist, and we're going to do an intention knitting knit along. And I have developed new colorways to share with you all and created a kit. The kit's going to be on sale. It is on sale right now in my Etsy shop. You get your choice of colorways, and I have created 5 intentional colorways. I'm grabbing my cheat sheet here so that I can speak intelligibly about this because it won't all come out of memory. But 5 intentional colorways that are based on the meanings behind the colors. So there's like a double load here. You're going to look at these skeins and a color or the color combination may really turn you on, may really strike you. But more than that, the meaning behind the colors and the intention that I have set into the yarn to give you a focus. And let me have a sip of this and we'll get into that. So I'm going to begin with Harmony. And I've gone ahead and I've reskeined these so that you can see not just the skein as I dyed it, but a reskeined skein as well, so that you can see how the colors interact. Now your kit's going to include 1 skein of yarn, and it's going to include a pattern for a pair of socks. The socks are multi-sized, so if you like to knit a 60, a 64, a 68, a 72, you'll have that option. These socks are designed to fit you and be comfortable for you. It is an easy slip stitch pattern. It's kind of a vanilla sock. There's knit, there's purl, and there's slipping stitches. I am doing this as a top down, but certainly the pattern is simple enough that if you're comfortable, you'd be able to turn this around and make it a toe up. Insert the heel that you want, insert the cuff that you want, insert the toe that you want. Make these yours. I'm giving you a basic sock pattern if you're not that comfortable to follow along with. It's called the Good Vibrations sock pattern, but you're welcome to do whatever works for you. It's more about setting intention. This colorway is Harmony. Harmony features tones of silver, white, and pink, and it's to encourage a stronger connection with the self, quiet your mind, and encourage loving yourself, giving yourself grace and space and time and knowledge that you can make a mistake and you're still wonderful. This is the reskein, so you can see those colors interact with each other. I think this is just lovely. It's peaceful, it's pretty, it's a fun colorway. Next on my hit list here is empowerment. And these are the words that you can incorporate into your knitting. Think about the words. Empowerment is a bright red and a beautiful plum purple. They are tonal. You are going to see some pinks, some lavenders, some whites in here. This skein, reskeined, is just lively and wonderful. Empowerment is calling for respect. It is building passion and directing your personal power into focus. This is your Wonder Woman pair. This is your I'm getting that job. I am accomplishing this. This is your empowerment colorways. Next on my list is success. I love this. This is a bright gold. It does go rich and deep down into a dark mustard and a pumpkin. This reskein is stunning. I love this reskein. It looks like a field of marigolds. I just adore this. Success is glowing with these warm marigold tones, the rich gold, the warm orange, enriching your sense of security, enacting motivation, and setting prosperity into motion. Are you paying off a loan? Are you starting a business? Success, success. This is your focus. Next I have the Achievement colorway. And this one, I think it's so, I love them all, but I think this is so pretty. Achievement is blending rich mossy greens with iris blues. These colors are designed to organize your mind, structure your thoughts, build your ambitions toward your goals. Are you trying to lose weight? Do you want to stop smoking? Are you just setting goals for the first time? This is your goal setting. This is your achievement colorway. And I just think it's so pretty. It's just pretty. Even if that's not your focus, if your whole achievement is I feel pretty, there it is. And last but not least is my Sanctuary colorway. Oh, my arms are tired of holding this up. Sanctuary. And Sanctuary soothes the soul with silver strands of privacy, peaceful soft blues, and protective black boundaries, creating your own personal mental safe house. This is Sanctuary. It is the peace and quiet. It is the snuggly at night. It is the safe place to go when it all gets to be too much. So like I said, each of the colorways is named after a general set of intentions. And you can purchase it because the color speaks to you even if the intention doesn't, or you can incorporate and use the intention set and say, yeah, I need some boundaries in my life. I need some sanctuary. I need a private, quiet time. I'm only going to knit on this when I'm alone, in my quiet space, and this is going to give me the sanctuary that I need, the peace of mind that I need. Or you can say, I'm starting a business on my own, and my little bit of quiet time is during my lunch, and I'm going to knit on these and just focus on my success, focus on my dreams, that little bit at a time, and build my personal success. Whatever works for you. This is a very personal project. This is about your personal intentions. This is about your personal goals. And it's just designed to give you one focal project to harness your intentions and put them all in one place and see what shakes loose. See if this doesn't cross over into the other aspects of your life. Give you an enjoyable knitting project, but cross over into other aspects of your life where you're enriched, where your day is better because of your knitting. Like I said, the kits are available now. I just posted them to Etsy. They are moderately limited. If they sell really fast, I will buy in more yarn. I will dye up more for you, but certainly get them when you can. I price them moderately. It's a single skein of yarn. It is a pattern. It's $28 plus shipping. I'm shipping them out on February 6th. These are dyed to order, so I only have so many skeins, but I do need time to dye them, and I will begin shipping them, February 6th, with the intention that our knit-along is going to kick off on Sunday, February 12th. We're doing this before Valentine's Day. We want to get past that cuff and have something to do Valentine's night. If we're celebrating it alone, if we're not celebrating it, this is our self-love project. So in time for Valentine's Day. Certainly join me over in the Ravelry group. I would love to hear your comments. I would love your questions. I want to hear about how this is impacting you. If you're struggling with it, if you just are too focused on the pattern and you're having difficulty with the mantra, let's talk about how we can pull this in and add that focus. And certainly I want to see your progress. I want to see your photos and hear what you think of the yarns. Please contact me. I would love to do this project with you. It is a community knit along. It is going to go on for some time. My knitting time, like I said, is limited. I am knitting during my lunches in my real job. So I expect that this knit along is going to be open well through March. Don't feel rushed. Don't feel pressured. This is about you. And if you don't finish those socks until next year this time, that thread is still going to be open and I'm still going to be there for you. That is really all I have to share this week. I showed you my progress and I showed you the yarns that I created for you. I'm so excited about these. If you have questions, please reach out and contact me. The best way to stay on top of my stuff is either to follow my blog or subscribe here on YouTube so that you can see my podcasts as soon as I post them. Today, I almost forgot, I'm wearing my Ships Ashore shawl wrapped around my neck. We have a rainy, dreary day. I'm sorry if the lighting is bad. I've got every light in my studio turned on with the exception of this one because then I'm sitting in the dark, according to this camera. But it is chilly, and so I have my Ships Ashore wrapped around me. This pattern is of my design. It is available on Ravelry. If you love it, head on over and grab a copy of it. And I will see you all next week. Bye.